All right, and welcome to episode 66 of the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast. We're broadcasting live from the Collar and Elbow Studios. Somebody's got their phone like on buzzing here.
I don't know. It might be Brink or Cruz over there buzzing as we got them on the line here. Of course, it is our WWE Fastlane preview show. And first time we're back together after a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks ago, you weren't feeling good, and then last weekend was Mardi Gras, so we took the weekend off.
Yeah.
And I'm finally recovered from Mardi Gras, so and Mikey O's finally recovered from his illness, I guess you can say. It wasn't nothing serious, but he just wasn't feeling well. So, And on the line now, we have the two guys that are actually going to be duking it out for the AMP Scorecard Championship on Sunday. First, of course, we got the champ, Jonathan Brinkman, the double champ. Better introduction this time here, Brink?
The double champ, the triple champ, soon to be triple champ.
And then, of course, on the other side, he's going to be taking on Cruz, who is also joining us again here today. Cruz, what you think, man? You think you're going to take down Brink, get that title, or what?
All I got to say is we're taking it back old school. I haven't looked at this scorecard yet. I haven't learned anything about the scorecard. We're doing it straight new guy style.
Hell yeah. Hashtag the new guy returns here for the Fastlane preview show as for some reason
going with his gut.
This chat box here always wants to, change up on me here on OBS. So let me fix this here real quick. But it is our WWE Fastlane preview show. Thanks to everybody watching. We're live on, YouTube. We're live on Periscope. And we're also live on Twitch as well. So one of those platforms, you can catch us live right now. Also, our Periscope is live streaming on our Twitter, too. So definitely... no excuse for you guys not to be watching us live right now as we get ready to predict these Fastlane, the Fastlane show that's on Sunday night. It is the final pay-per-view before WrestleMania, so maybe a few surprises, certainly some storylines are going to advance here on Sunday. A few interesting matches here, certainly. But let's go ahead and we're going to, go ahead and dive into it here.
Wait, before we do that.
Okay, go ahead.
Check us out online, www.averagemarks.com. Also, if you're looking for a way to support the show, patreon.com/theaveragemarks. Got some pretty cool perks up there. Want to say hello to our KEZM listeners in Southwest Louisiana on 1310 AM and KZMOnline.com. Thank you guys for tuning in. Also, our listeners on Wrestle Wrap Up on YouTube.
Yeah, we're now on Wrestle Wrap Up on YouTube. Big shout out to Wrestle Wrap Up for allowing us to have our show on their platform, on their YouTube channel. So a big thanks to Wrestle Wrap Up.
Right, and then debuting today. Did I say today?
Today.
I don't even. It doesn't matter. Today, right now, go to your favorite platform where you get your podcast. Put in AMP Wrestling Podcast Network. There, you're going to see the brand new episode from WrestleCast. Of course, they're doing their Fastlane preview and prediction show as well, so you're going to love the guys from across the pond. Also, Brink is on that podcast
yes,
as
sir.
well.
I was about to say, Brink is one of the three guys doing WrestleCast. So
we'll have a third podcast that's going to debut on that very, very soon, but that's where you can catch all of the Average Marks content, all our specials, all our interviews, all our podcasts. Just search AMP Wrestling Podcast Network, and shout out to Spreaker. We've already made... it's cents. But we've already made money on advertising. This is exciting.
We got one more dime than Enzo Amore ever had. So we got, I think you told me, 12 cents we made? So a dime and 2 pennies. Hey, how about that? Yeah, man. We're living large right now. So we're on a roll right now. So thanks to everybody who thanks to anybody who obviously would donate to us. We got a Patreon. Also at streamlabs.com/averagemarks, you can donate there too. The link is up right here. You can see it on the top of the stream. Feel free to donate if you enjoy what we do. And
it'll pop up on the screen, and it'll probably make us giddy like a little schoolgirl.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think we still have the alerts here too. Let me see these notifications real quick. They'll pop up right here in the center of the screen, right here in the sky behind us. So subscribe. In the traffic jam behind us on Interstate 10. So, but yeah, you have anything else to say?
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at The Average Marks.
Also on Twitch. You can follow us on Twitch, and you can follow us on Periscope, too. If you want to follow us on all the platforms, go ahead and do that. We are available on all of those platforms as we live stream all of our episodes, at least the episodes we can live stream. Of course, a couple of weeks ago, I was running the show solo, and I just ran with it. And then, of course, our New Japan Cup special, too.
Yeah.
We have our New Japan Cup special. Brink and Cruz joined me a couple of nights ago. You can listen to that as well. That tournament starts tomorrow morning early here in the States, unless you're listening in Japan right now. That starts tonight. So, New Japan Cup, the biggest New Japan Cup tournament ever. Brink, Cruz, and myself, we previewed it. We gave our predictions, our brackets, filled them out, everything. You can go listen to that right now at averagemarks.com. But today we're talking WWE Fastlane. If you want to go ahead, pause the podcast right now, as Mikey O here is he's showing you the scorecard. We have our scorecards here filled out. I got one for Brink here that I'm going to fill out for him since he does not have access to a printer at the moment. But we have all the links to PW Scorecards. We thank PW Scorecards for once again doing these scorecards. You can go find the link to PW Scorecards at our Facebook and Twitter at The Average Mark. So be sure to go to our Facebook and Twitter pages for the links and download these scorecards and play along with us on Sunday night as we get ready to go ahead and start predicting these right now. You ready?
Let's do it, son.
All right, Brink, Cruz, you guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, well.
I just got one thing to say real quick.
Go ahead.
If we got listeners in Japan, what up with them tickets, bro?
What tickets? The tickets for the G1 in Dallas, or?
Nah, just any in Japan.
Oh, just
really?
any in Japan. We just want tickets to a New Japan show. It don't matter where it's at.
Japan listeners.
That's right. Yeah,
we're ready. Our bodies are ready.
Japan listeners, hook us up with some tickets, man. We want to go watch some New Japan
action.
Make
it to Roppongi in here.
We're gonna go party down Roppongi in Japan, baby. I tell you what. So all right.
4K.
Speaking of Japan, a little bit of news here. I guess we could, mention here just right off the bat. Jushin Thunder Liger announced that he will retire after Wrestle Kingdom 14. Of course, that'll happen January 4th, 2020. So one of the all-time greats, obviously. Jushin Thunder Liger announced earlier this week, or he might have announced yesterday or day before yesterday, that he will retire after Wrestle Kingdom 14 on January the 4th next year. So certainly a great wrestler's career coming to an end, and of course we'll talk more about that though.
I don't understand why that's a thing. I mean, why don't they find a dude that's like amazing that has the same body type and just put him in the mask?
That always, I always wondered why don't they do that? Because I always thought for the longest time that they used different guys for Kane, and apparently I think it was all the same guy, obviously, but I always thought they used different guys for Kane. But obviously there were times where people they had when Kane, after Kane took off his mask, there was a time where they had masked Kane, like following him around and stuff. I don't remember when that was, but obviously they used a different guy there. But Jushin Thunder Liger will retire after Wrestle Kingdom 14 next year. But yeah, I agree. Why not get a guy who looks similar to Jushin Thunder Liger as far as body type goes? I mean, most people know what his face looks like because you've looked at pictures on the internet. But as far as him on New Japan television, no one's ever, or any wrestling television at that, no one's ever actually seen his face. So I think.
At one point, wasn't Jericho like Super Liger?
When would that might have been a long time ago.
Yeah,
I was back in WCW. I was back maybe in WCW days.
Either that, or I'm thinking Rocky Romero was Black Tiger Mask or something like that.
Yeah, but either way, we'll see. You never know. They may come up with something. But as far as the real Jushin Thunder Liger, he is going to retire, and I mean, what a career, So just something we wanted to talk about here, as that news came out either yesterday or earlier this week sometime. But today, it's all about WWE Fastlane, and as the rules, I guess this is kind of a new rule we've come up with. Brink is the AMP Scorecard champion. He will not have to defend his NXT Scorecard title this weekend, but of course, he will have to defend it next month when, of course, they have WrestleMania weekend coming up. So, but Brink, you get to choose. You want to go first? You want to go last? You can go second or third? It doesn't matter what you want to do. So choose what you want to do. You want to go first? You want to go last? What you want to do?
I say me and Cruz will go last.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. So you want to go after Cruz or?
I'll decide when we get there.
All right. Well, you're the champ, so you make the rules as far as the order. So who you want to go first? Out of me and
one of y'all two.
All right.
if y'all are doing number one contender, get y'all's matchup out the way first, and then me and Cruz will go forward.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and do that again. If you haven't done so yet, you can pause the podcast, go to our Twitter and Facebook pages. We have the links to PW Scorecards, the Fastlane Scorecard. Cruz is still a Patreon Pro Tier supporter for PW Scorecards. You will see Cruz S on every one of these cards. So
that's right.
That's right. Yeah. Shout out to Cruz Smith, one of the Pro Tier Patreon supporters of PW Scorecards. So with that being said,
trying my bestest to get him to do New Japan Scorecards,
which they did.
Yeah, we got the New Japan Cup, so it's a step in the right direction. Maybe I'm hoping maybe for Dominion they'll want to do something. So we'll see.
You're revolutionary, dude.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and let's get to it. So the Fastlane Scorecard, if you downloaded it, first match on the card is a singles match. This one will be on the kickoff show. This has no business being on the kickoff show, in my opinion, but what can you do? I see a couple of other matchups I would rather have on the pre-show rather than Rey Mysterio and Andrade Cien Almas, but let's go ahead and start with that. I'll go first, and then you, and then once we get to Brink and Cruz, we'll let Brink choose which one of them two want to go first. So we'll go ahead and start it here. Singles match, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade with Zelina Vega, of course, in his corner. I got Mysterio winning this match via pinfall. This may be a low number for aerial moves, but I'm going to say 8. I think there'll be 8 aerial moves. Match time, bell to bell, over 10 minutes. Yes, I think you definitely got to give these two guys more than 10 minutes. I mean, if you're giving these guys less than 10 minutes, there's a problem, because these two guys could wrestle probably for at least 30. No problem, for sure. At least I know Andrade can. Rey, I mean, you think Rey's in good shape. You like to think Rey was in good shape. But certainly Andrade can go at least 30 minutes. Rey Mysterio, I don't see why he couldn't go at least 10 minutes. So, but I got Mysterio winning by pinfall. Hopefully this will set up some sort of, some sort of kind of match with them maybe at WrestleMania. I don't know where they're going with this, but I guess we'll see. So that's what I got. Mikey-O, what do you have for Andrade versus Rey?
Yeah, first of all, I feel really good about this card. Like, I got a long losing streak going on here. But I feel a number one contendership coming on here.
Well, now that you mentioned that, I quickly, before you make your picks, I do want to say this is how we're going to do it, because obviously WrestleMania is next month. And the way we're going to do this is, whoever wins out of Brink and Cruz will be the AMP Scorecard champion. Hypothetically, let's say you beat me and you're the number one contender, which your number one contendership would be for the pay-per-view after WrestleMania, which I cannot remember what it is off the top of my head right now. Do you guys know, possibly, Brink or Cruz, what the pay-per-view after WrestleMania will be? Or
I have no idea.
It might be Extreme Rules, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that. But whatever the pay-per-view is after WrestleMania, Mikey-O, if whoever wins here will be the number one contender for that. Now, let's say Mikey-O's the number one contender, but Mikey-O, because when we do WrestleMania, anybody who fills out a scorecard, it's basically anything goes, because that's the way we're going to do it. Anything goes for the big pay-per-views. And let's say Mikey-O happens to win.
Yeah.
So, but he was the number one contender. Whoever would finish second to Mikey-O at WrestleMania would then become the number one contender. Does that make sense to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense. So,
sure.
So that's the way we're going to do it. But, of course,
It's your world. We're just living in it.
But nonetheless, for Fastlane, either only Brink or Cruz can win the AMP Scorecard title, whereas Mikey-O and myself can only become number one contender. So with that being said, Mikey-O, who do you have for Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas?
Yeah, I'm going with Rey Mysterio, pin, 7 aerial moves, and yes, it will last over 10 minutes.
All right, let's go now to the two guys that'll be battling it out for the AMP Scorecard Championship. Brink, you want Cruz to go first, or do you want to go first?
Go ahead, Cruz.
All right, Cruz, so you'll go third here in this lineup. So, Cruz, tell us what you got for Rey Mysterio versus Andrade.
All right. I have Andrade with the win via pin, 6 aerial moves, and yes, it goes 10+ minutes.
All right. Let's go to the champ, Brink. What you got? And just say it somewhat slow, because I'll be writing it down here.
No, you're slow. It's okay.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just I'm used to typing, not writing anymore.
Andrade.
All right, Andrade. Okay.
10,
All right. Pinfall.
9.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you have
That's slow
Andrade.
enough for you, brother.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Well, I mean, I guess we don't have to necessarily go that slow, but certainly you could say it. You could say it as fast as you want the first time, and if I don't pick something up, I'll just say, "Hey, what do you have for this?" And you can just repeat yourself. So that way, it doesn't sound like you're trying to sound like I'm retarded. So, so anyway, so you have Andrade via pinfall, 9 aerial moves, and yes, match time will go over 10 minutes. All right, let's go now to the next matchup. It's a 6-man tag team match. The Shield reuniting. Roman Reigns' first match back after he announced that his leukemia is in remission. What you laughing at?
Oh, God. You just said a trigger word that might just get us a whole bunch of heat on social media.
The R word?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. But
Throw in a WrestleCast woo, we'll be all right.
it's okay. You know what? If you can't handle that word, you have a problem. I'm just saying. There's a lot worse things I could say.
I'll see y'all later.
Hashtag triggered.
There's a lot worse things I could say. So it's not like I called anybody that except myself. So yeah, if you can't deal with that, sorry, I'm not sorry. So let's go now to the 6-man tag team match. It is the Shield reuniting for the first time since I don't even remember. I think sometime last year
Since the last time they were reunited.
Exactly, yes, Cruz, you were correct. It's Roman Reigns' first match back since his leukemia went into remission. They're taking on the team of Baron Corbin, Drew McIntyre, and Bobby Lashley, who will have Lio Rush, obviously, in his corner. So it all goes back to me now. I'll go first. Of course, I have the Shield winning this match. I don't see why the Shield is not going to win this match. Obviously, Roman Reigns' first match back. The Shield's back together. I have the Shield winning. Pinfall, I think Roman will get the pinfall. First match back, feel-good story. Roman will pin Drew McIntyre, and I think that, in my opinion, could set up a one-on-one Roman versus Drew at WrestleMania. Personally, I'm just saying that because that's a match I would like to see. So I got Roman pinning McIntyre, having the Shield win the match. What do you have, Mikey O?
Boy, I tell you what, you just copied off my scorecard and stole everything I was going to say.
FYI, I filled out my scorecard before Mikey O did. So you copied off of me, I think.
Okay, I got the Shield, pin, Reigns makes the fall, and McIntyre takes it.
All right, so me and Mikey O, there's going to be no separation from that match. So,
which I had the feeling about them, setting up a program with them too, because those two dudes can go.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Those two will put on one hell of a match. All right, let's go now to Cruz. 6-man tag match, Shield versus Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley. What do you have for that match?
I have the Shield winning that by pin. Roman Reigns makes the fall. Baron Corbin takes the fall.
I thought about putting Corbin, but
I'd like to see that.
But I feel like that was almost too easy of a pick to take the fall. So
yeah.
Let's go to the champion, Brinkman. What do you have for this match?
I'll tell you what I have, and then I want to play devil's advocate. I'm going Shield by pin, Reigns over Corbin.
Okay.
But let me play devil's advocate on why a Shield would lose.
Okay, go ahead.
What if Dean is still kind of messed up in his head and attacks Reigns, and Reigns ends up taking this fall, setting up Dean versus Reigns at Mania?
That would be a very interesting plot twist. Obviously, we know what Seth's doing at Mania. He's going to take on Brock. So, and Dean, we don't know if he's leaving or going, and there's rumors that Roman may convince him to stay. So right now, I don't know, this whole Shield storyline with Roman, Dean, and Seth, obviously, I don't know. There's just, to me, there's so much that could happen with it. And, Brinkman could be right. If they were to lose this match, that would be the reason I could see them losing this match. Obviously, Dean turned on Seth the night Roman announced he had leukemia. So if Dean's going to turn on Seth that night, Dean can turn on Seth and Roman any given night, as far as I'm concerned. So definitely, a possibility, I would say. But you never know. So, but we all have the Shield winning, obviously. So Brink got the Shield, pinfall, Reigns Reigns over Corbin. So Brink and Cruz, I think y'all have the exact same thing. So there's gonna be no separation between you guys in that match.
Well,
so
just scratch that match out, then.
Yeah. All right. Well.
And then the first match, he has 9 moves and I have 6. So that is currently our deciding factor.
So yeah, aerial moves in the pre-show is going to be the deciding factor so far. All right, well, there's a lot more to get to, so let's see, how we all vary here on our answers going on here. The next match on the scorecard is a straight-up singles match. It's Charlotte Flair versus the man Becky Lynch. I have Becky Lynch winning this match, and of course, the stipulation is if Becky Lynch wins, she will be added to the Raw Women's Championship match at WrestleMania. If she loses, she's done. And I don't know what they mean by she's done. I guess she's just not in the match. I don't think they're going to fire her,
She's
obviously.
going to AEW. You heard it here first.
That ain't happening. So I have Becky Lynch winning, but I have Becky Lynch winning by disqualification. I think there will be 3 submission finishers. I think there will be 5 near falls. I do not believe the crutch will be used as a weapon. And yes, I do believe Ronda Rousey will interfere or distract. I think Ronda will come down and beat up Becky Lynch and cause the disqualification, causing Becky to win the match. So that's how I think that's going to go down. Mikey O, what you think is going to happen in this match?
Man, I can't go against my girl. I got to go with the queen.
Oh.
Submission. I think she's going to get her in a figure 8.
I like my chances
Yeah?
I like my chances in that match because there's no way in hell that Becky Lynch is losing this match. You heard it here first. Unless there's some kind of – if Charlotte wins, it will not be clean at all.
But they haven't given us what we've wanted with Becky Lynch so far. Why would they give it to us now?
It's a slow burn, man. It's a slow burn. The same thing with Daniel Bryan, 5 years ago at WrestleMania 30. At first, they weren't giving us what we wanted. Daniel Bryan was not even in the Royal Rumble match that year. And I remember poor Rey Mysterio came out at number 30 that year and got booed out of the building because – they didn't put Daniel Bryan in the match, and then the fans started uprising, and next thing you know, Daniel Bryan's, holding the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at the end of WrestleMania. So, and like I said, if Charlotte wins, it's not going to be clean. It's going to be to the point where, at some point they're going to put Becky in this match. If they don't do it at Fastlane, obviously they're going to do it at some point. So, all right, let's go now to.
Oh wait, I didn't finish.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I got the queen submission, 4 submission finishers, 3 near falls. Does a crutch get used? Yes. And will Rousey interfere or distract? Yes.
Okay. So now let's go over to Cruz, the number 1 contender. Cruz, what do you have for Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch?
I have Becky Lynch as the winner. She wins by DQ, 3 submission attempts, 4 near falls. I'm going to skip and say Ronda comes out, and because she's had so much heat with Becky Lynch, attacks her first with the crutch.
Okay.
Then attack Charlotte Flair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she'll attack them both, but obviously, whoever you attack first is going to technically win the match. Unless for some reason the referee gets knocked down or whatever, and then that's when Ronda comes out, beats the hell out of both of them, and then maybe, Becky goes on to win clean somehow. So, which I don't know if I would consider that clean, but
no, it'll be a shadow of Elimination Chamber. Ronda's gonna come out, beat the ever living crap out of Becky Lynch, and Charlotte's gonna be like, yeah, and then she turns on Charlotte after that.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. That's the thing. It's WrestleMania season. It's the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. To me, there's just so much that can happen. Obviously, this is that time of the year where you can kind of almost expect the unexpected in a way. Like, I didn't expect Kevin Owens to come.
Alert for one special guest appearance.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I mean, that kind of, I kind of gave away one of my unscheduled appearances as well. So
Kevin spent his time away getting some dumb tattoos.
You saw those tattoos? Yeah, he's all tatted up now. I mean,
stupid.
Well, yeah. I mean, it don't bother me
We'll
none.
get to that later.
Hey,
we'll get to that later.
What do you guys think the over/under is on Ronda slapping her shoulders? How many times do you think she's slapped?
Time to slap her shoulders 10 times.
She's always got time to slap her shoulders.
So plus she's a heel now, so maybe they took that out of her forte.
Either that or over/under on how many times she pulls down her tights.
Yeah, that I can. She's always pulling on her tights, but that's because she's barely wearing anything. So, which I'm cool with. So all right, Cruz, you gave us your picks for that match. You got the Becky Lynch winning by DQ just like I do. Let's go to the champ, Brink. What do you have for this match, Charlotte and Becky?
And here I was thinking I was going to be different. I also got Becky by DQ. I say 2 submission finishers.
Mm-hmm.
I say 5 near falls.
Mm-hmm.
I think crutch does get used as the weapon, and I do think Rousey's interfering. I think Rousey's going to interfere and hit Becky because they've been talking a lot of mess on social media, but at the same time, Rousey wants Becky in that match.
And apparently, a lot of these social media exchanges that Ronda and Becky have been having are possibly shoot. Because apparently WWE is not exactly thrilled with some of the interactions they've had. I mean, I can't
forget Jim Cornette is losing his friggin' mind about it.
Yeah, and I can't even say some of the stuff that they said on here. So unfortunately, but yeah, if you haven't noticed the back and forth that Becky and Ronda have been doing. Oh, actually, I don't even know if they might have deleted the tweets. I don't know. And I also know that Ronda has
the screenshots.
I also know that Ronda has started selling her own T-shirts off of her own website. I know WWE is not liking that at all. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Ronda these days. Apparently, Ronda's also not happy with her booking either. So I don't know what the hell's going on. But
and you can see that story at theaveragemarks.com news tab.
Yeah, go to theaveragemarks.com to check that out. So, Brink, you have Becky DQ, 2 submission finishers, 5 near falls, and yes, a crutch will get used, and yes, Ronda Rousey will interfere or distract in this match. Let's go now to the next matchup on the scorecard. It is the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. It is the Usos taking on The Miz and Shane McMahon, otherwise known as the best tag team in the world, I guess, still. So let me give you what I got. I got the Usos winning this match via pinfall. I think Jimmy will pin Shane. Do Miz and Shane physically attack each other? Yes, I think they do. I think this will set up their WrestleMania match. The Miz and Shane. I almost want to change my pick, though, because I feel like Shane's going to be the heel here, and Miz might get pinned, and Shane might say, you know what, Miz, and then start attacking Miz. But I'm going to stick with Shane because I'll just stick with Shane just because that was my initial gut feeling that Shane was going to get pinned. So let's go over to Mikey O now. Mikey O, what do you have for this tag team match?
I got the Miz and Shane winning. Pin. Miz makes the fall on Jay, and no, they do not physically attack each other.
Oh, okay. All right, let's go now to Cruz. Cruz, SmackDown Tag Team Championships. How do you see that one playing out?
I have the Usos winning by pin. Jay, who makes all the falls, Patrick, Jay Uso.
Well, I'm not going up against you, so I don't care what you pick, you know.
Shane takes the fall, and they absolutely get in a squabble.
Oh, okay, well, let's go to the champ now. Brink, what do you have for this match?
Cruz, I think you were talking to me because I could never get the Usos right.
Oh, sorry. Brink, Jay.
Yeah.
Change it to Jay now.
I still can't tell them apart, but
okay, I'm gonna not change it and keep Jimmy up there. I got Usos winning by pinfall. Jimmy pins Miz, and I say no.
All right, so Cruz, did you say that they were gonna attack each other at some point?
Yes.
Okay, so two and two there.
Pat, I do want to say this before we move on.
Go ahead.
I like what you said about Shane turning heel to turn on Miz. It's like you've been listening to WrestleCast for the past couple of months. They've been talking about that on there.
I have not listened to one single episode of WrestleCast.
What? I'm trying to put us over, bro. You just
Yeah.
this.
Everything.
To be fair, I don't listen to our own podcast because one, I already know what we said.
Oh, dadgummit.
I don't. I already know what we said, so why listen? I know exactly. I'll listen back to make sure it sounds good, and it always does. So.
Me and Brink listen back to laugh at ourselves.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There's only one wrestling podcast that I listen to on a consistent.
Not even the one you're on.
Consistent.
WrestleCast.
No, it's not WrestleCast. It's Jim Ross's podcast.
Wow, Barry.
It's Jim. I'm not. Hey, look. By no means am I saying that any of our podcasts are bad. All our podcasts are good. I've listened to WrestleCast before. It's a great podcast. Our podcast is a great podcast because we got all this wonderful equipment and we're live streaming. So I know darn good and well that this podcast is amazing. But like I said, I already know what we say.
It's fabulous.
So I already know what we say. And I already know we sound good. So I don't need to listen back to it. But the only podcast I listen to.
You don't even listen to us on the radio when it comes on?
On Sunday evenings, I'm usually not in my car. So
what in the world?
Dude,
Sorry.
I feel like betrayed.
Hey, look, I'm here every week doing the show, man.
You know, like, at least 5 to 6 listens on our podcast going to that 12 cents is me.
Well, maybe I could just like kind of turn it on and just play it in the background. Because look, it's not that I don't want to listen. I just already know what was said. So therefore, I don't see the point. Now, sometimes
Not on WrestleCast.
Well, not on WrestleCast, but I just don't think about it because I like listening to Jim Ross because Jim Ross is my favorite commentator of all time, who will not renew his contract with WWE and reports saying he signed with All Elite Wrestling. So, would love to see Jim Ross in All Elite Wrestling personally.
Bruce Pritchard's got a great show too.
Oh yeah, he does. He absolutely does. So back to the business at hand though here. So Brink, you picked the Usos, pinfall. Jimmy pins Miz, and no, you do not think they will physically attack each other. So let's move on now. Brink, you said everything you needed to say there?
Yeah, you buried WrestleCast.
Oh, okay.
God.
I don't mean to bury anybody. I'm not the guy to bury anybody here. I only bury myself because I called myself retarded earlier. So
Will you
I'll
stop
try
it?
to get it again.
Yeah. It's about to be a social avalanche.
Yeah, well, I don't think we're gonna have a social avalanche. That's just me. If we do, then you know what? What they say? No press is
We're
bad
about
press.
to get kicked off of KEZM.
I don't think we're gonna get kicked off of KEZM. So,
Jeez.
like I said, whatever. Next match is the Women's Tag Team Championships. It's Sasha and Bayley taking on Nia Jax and Tamina. So I'll start off and give you my predictions. I think the Boston Hug Connection will win by submission. I think Sasha will put the bank statement on Tamina, and Tamina will tap out. So I got the Boston Hug Connection moving on.
You always hate on Tamina. You think she sucks, don't you?
She does.
Is she Alicia Fox to you?
God,
God, I'm so glad they fired her. Thank you for pointing that out, Cruz.
Did they fire her? Did they officially fire Alicia Fox?
No. I didn't see anything about officially, but she has been missing.
Yeah, she's AWOL. She ain't coming back.
Yeah, I don't think they've officially fired her yet, but
Dude, if
They might as
AEW
well.
signs her, I will be so ticked off.
I don't think they will.
No, they shouldn't.
She's got no. To me, there's nothing that about Alicia Fox that appeals in anything. Like just at least not to me. I mean, don't get me wrong, she looks good. I'll give her that, but after that, no.
That receding hairline that does it for you?
Look, man, I'm not picky. So, all right. So I got the Boston Hug Connection winning over Nia Jax and Tamina. What you got, Mikey-O?
But I tell you what, I felt really good at the beginning about this scorecard, but after hearing y'all's picks, not feeling good. I got Nia Jax and Tamina winning.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to go with the pin. Jax makes the fall on Bayley.
Okay. So Mikey-O going with a mild upset here in
How is that a mild upset? They got Nia Jax.
I just think it's a mild upset. That's just me. I feel like the Boston Hug Connection, they got big plans for them at WrestleMania and who they're going to defend the tag team women's tag titles against.
Tamina's a beast too. When they were throwing around the Iconics,
well,
come on, man.
Well, I mean,
Don't bring that up. That hurts.
I
Yes,
mean,
it hurt
look,
for
I'm
them
just
too.
saying, Tamina and Nia Jax, as far as, figures, obviously the two biggest women in WWE, they could throw around pretty much anybody in that ring. So throwing around Peyton Royce and Billie Kay is
Shout out.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to throw them around a little bit, but as much as Cruz and Brink would too, and I'm sure you would too, Mikey.
No,
but,
sir, not me.
Yeah, he's
Happily married.
Happily married. So that's a good answer there. Good answer. But yeah, so let's go to Cruz now. Cruz, what do you have for the women's tag team championship match?
I have the Boston Hug Connection winning by submission. Banks submits Tamina. Because I just don't see Bayley doing a Bailey to belly on Tamina. So
It could happen. It could happen.
without a doubt, it could happen. But I still see the easier thing being the other way around.
Yeah, obviously. So, all right. So let's move on now to Brink, the champ. Brink, what do you have for the women's tag team championship match?
I have an interesting scenario where I actually went back and forth several times
Okay.
trying to pick this match because think back to Sasha Banks' championship history. She has never once defended successfully a championship.
You're right.
So
That is true. She's the Martin J. Hart of the WWE universe. Shout out.
Does she continue that trend? or do they win
Who's he-
and they also set up a storyline between Sasha and Bayley?
Oh, crap. Oh, the chat must not be. Let me see. I guess the chat's not working, apparently, on. I'm going to have to fix that. So, well, that sucks.
Shout out to Marcus Talbert.
Yeah, everybody in the chat
Joe.
here.
And Ryan K. Bowman for tuning in
Yeah.
on the tube.
Yeah, I don't know why our chat is not. No, I guess I have to fix that. I don't know why it's not working. We haven't used this in a hot minute, so. But it was working the other night.
I was wondering why the chat wasn't saying anything. I got it up on my TV on Twitch and nothing in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I don't understand that. So we'll have to. Well, I guess we'll have to fix that. So, but
Ryan Bowman said, "I can see the chat on YouTube right now."
well, you can see the chat on.
Oh, yeah, I get what he's saying.
You can see it on YouTube. You just can't see it on the actual live stream.
Yeah, on
so.
our live chat, because that will show Periscope, Twitch, and YouTube in the same chat.
Yeah. So let me see. Maybe I could fix that here real quick. Let me see though. We'll so anyway, so Brink, you have to give me your so you were going back and forth, and I was sidetracked here.
Yeah, I was explaining that Bayley and Sasha, I think, are going to win, but Bayley is going to get the pinfall. That way they can say Sasha still hadn't successfully defended it. Bayley won it for her, possibly setting up Bayley and Sasha Mania, question mark.
Oh, okay.
So Bayley and Sasha win by pin. Bayley over Tamina.
All right, so Bayley over Tamina. All right, so let's move on now to the next matchup. It is the Raw Tag Team Championships. It is the Revival taking on Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. So Aleister Black and Ricochet making their WWE main roster pay-per-view debuts. So with that being said, I'll tell you what I got. I got the Revival retaining, as a matter of fact. I think they're going to win via pinfall. I think Dash Wilder will pin Chad Gable. I have 7 aerial moves, and I feel like that number is kind of low because you got 6 guys in there. But most of the high flying will come from Aleister Black and Ricochet, if not all of it. So I got the Revival retaining. Mikey O, what do you have?
Oh, man. Give me some Bobby Roode with a championship around his belt. Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, pin. Roode covers Ricochet, because you can't have the NXT dudes winning. I mean, come on. And then 5 aerial moves.
Okay. Let's go now to Cruz. Cruz, what do you have for this matchup?
Here's gonna come some new guy stuff. What's the names of the guys in the Revival?
Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson.
Perfect. I have hashtag F the Revival. Retained by pin. Dawson makes the fall. Gable takes the fall, and there are 6 aerial moves. All of them by Ricochet.
Okay.
God bless that man. God bless that beautiful man.
All right, let's see here. I'm just trying to, let me copy this. I'm just trying to see if I can fix this chat. Oh, there it is.
Would you in fact
there we go.
say that Ricochet is a hunk?
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, absolutely. What a hunk.
All right.
Finally, someone joins in with
Like-
the hunkiness.
Dude, I mean, that's a no homo statement, but he's a beautiful dude.
What a hunk.
All right, so we got the chat working now on somehow we got the chat. I don't know what I did, but we got the chat working on the live stream.
You are an OBS wizard. That's what you are.
So let's see. Marcus Talbot says no, Rico can't get pinned. They ain't going let him get pinned. Oh, I'm trying to read that, Marcus. But basically, he's saying Ricochet's not. No, I think that's the reason they have Bobby Roode and Chad Gable in here. That's because one of those 2 guys is going to take.
Let me say my part so I can say everything you're
You
saying.
Go
watch your mouth.
Go ahead, Brink.
No, you said it already. I'm just going to get my answers now.
Okay.
Revival wins Dash over Gable by pinfall after a beautifully executed. What can our brain for it? Shadow
More
Machine.
50 Cent time?
Shadow
Yeah.
Machine.
Uh-huh.
I'll say 5 aerial moves, 4 from Ricochet, 1 from Black.
Okay.
And Bobby Roode and Gable's in this match to take a pin because they're not going to pin the future of the company.
No, absolutely not. No. No way.
But they're not going to give him the title right away yet either. So Revival wins.
He's NXT. He can take a fall.
Yeah.
He's the future.
Yeah, he is.
So is Aleister Black.
God
you
bless
don't wanna
Aleister
bury your
Black.
new talent right away.
So, Brink, you had 5 aerial moves, you said?
Yep.
Marcus said to calm down. He's trying to cheat off of you. Ryan Bowman also says, Ricochet has the biggest teeth I've ever seen. I bet he could eat a foot-long sub in 2 bites.
Oh, God.
He's dating
I never noticed that.
Casey Catanzaro, boy.
Boy.
You want to talk about the most athletic couple I may have ever seen? Casey Catanzaro and Ricochet.
Dude,
unbelievable.
Would that be a great mixed tag? Hey, this is disheartening news right here. If people don't know, Ryan K Bowman is the chief editor of GorillaPosition.com, and he has a lot of contacts in the industry. Essentially, what he's saying is Alicia Fox has a contact backstage, I guess, that she's tight with.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why she's been around so long.
Yeah.
And her sister is a cheerleader for the Miami Heat, who has a lot of mainstream connections, and he says she's not going anywhere.
Well, he also said what a set of choppers on Ricochet, and he also has to do 15 magical Harlem Globetrotter BS flips just to drop an elbow or a drop kick. But I tell you what, he looks good doing it. So, all right, Brink.
Yeah, you know he does.
Yeah, Marcus Talbot, that girl fine. Yeah, Casey Catanzaro, I think that's who he's referring to, who we just talked about, who's dating Ricochet. So, all right, let's get back on track again here. Let's go to the Brink. You gave your you got the revival. Okay, I wrote it down. SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Asuka versus Mandy Rose with Sonya Deville. It's kind of a random, just throw Mandy Rose on in there. Marcus Talbot, and she's flexible, so you know she'd be fun. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh yeah, you know what? I would pay a lot of money to. I'm not. You know, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it on this show.
This is a family show,
You
Patrick.
said enough controversial stuff this episode.
Yeah, no, I don't think I did, but I don't think I did. Ryan Bowman also said the most athletic couple in the world right now is Montez Ford and Bianca Belair. They won't have children. They will have superheroes. So, all right, SmackDown Live Women's Championship. It is Asuka taking on Mandy Rose with Sonya Deville in her corner. I think Asuka is going to obviously retain via submission. 5 near falls, and yes, outside interference or distraction, because it's Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I think Sonya Deville will somehow try to distract Asuka. That's an easy one to me. Mikey O, what do you have for the SmackDown Women's Championship match?
First, I would like to say, Patrick, if you've been paying attention to the news tab at AverageMarks.com, you would know that WWE.
He doesn't even listen to the podcast.
Yeah, I
It makes
know.
you
That's
think
what I'm
he's paying attention
saying.
to that.
That's what I'm trying to get some heat on him right now. If you'd have been paying attention to the news tab on AverageMarks.com, you would know that WWE is looking to push Mandy Rose hard.
Oh, I knew that already, but
okay.
I just thought it was kind of random, just to kind of throw her in right now,
I got Asuka, pin, 4 near falls, and yes, interference or distraction.
All right, let's go over to Brink now. I'm sorry, not Brink. We're going to go over to Cruz, the number 1 contender. Cruz, SmackDown Women's Championship.
I got to make a call real quick.
Okay.
If I don't come back, there's my stuff.
All righty. Let's go to Cruz. Cruz, what do you have for the SmackDown Women's Championship match?
I have Asuka by submission, 4 near falls, yes, outside of interference.
Okay. Well, let's go over to Brink now. Brink, the champ. Brink, what do you have for the SmackDown Women's Championship?
I got Asuka by sub, 3 near falls, yes interference, carry on, move on, let's go to the next match.
Okay, carry a sub. How many near falls you said?
3.
3, and yes, interference, distraction?
Yep.
All righty. All right, let's go to the final match on the scorecard now. It is the WWE Championship match. It is the new Daniel Bryan with Rowan in his corner taking on the returning Kevin Owens, his first match. Oh, not his first match back, but his first pay-per-view match back since his injury. So let me pull up. Oh, here's mine. Okay. I got 3 cards in front of me now. So, all right, I got Daniel Bryan. Obviously, I think he's going to retain via pinfall. Match time, bell to bell in minutes. I'm going to say 14. I'll go 14. Number of near falls, I will say 6. Does Kingston confront the match winner? I'm going to say no, he will not. So that's what I got. Go over to Mikey O's scorecard here. He's got Daniel Bryan also winning via pinfall. He has match time bell to bell 15 minutes. He has 3 near falls, and he says yes, Kingston will confront the match winner after the match. So with that being said, let's go over now as Mikey O's returning now already. That was a quick phone call. Let's go over to Cruz now. Cruz WWE Championship match. What do you have?
One moment, please. I'm writing something down.
Well, Marcus Talbert in the chat here, he says KO getting screwed. Sami Zayn is going to screw him over. Yeah,
nice.
I like that call right there. I really like that call, Marcus. They were talking about Sami Zayn coming back. We haven't heard anything about Sami Zayn since then, so maybe it'd be a nice little surprise. Sami Zayn shows up at Fastlane in Cleveland.
Could we see a Kofi heel turn? He's so upset about being beat down for 11 years and not given a chance.
No, I highly doubt we see a Kofi, especially as hot as he is right now. I don't think we see a Kofi heel turn. If we see a heel turn, it'll come from Big E or maybe Xavier or one of the two. And I also saw a thing that they were possibly planning on if they put the WWE title on Kofi Kingston, they'll give the Xavier and Big E the tag team titles, and they'll have every member of the New Day holding a belt. So that is a possibility. So I read yours. Cruz, you still writing down your answer?
I'm ready.
Oh, you ready? All right, well, go ahead and
ready.
tell us what you got for the WWE Championship match.
The new Daniel Bryan pinfall, 19 minutes, 6 near falls, and yes, Kingston confronts somebody.
All
or
right.
the winner, whatever.
Yeah.
He confronts a champion.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's move on now to the champ, Brink. Brink, what do you have for the WWE Championship match?
I have Daniel Bryan by pinfall, 18-minute match. Think there will be 6 near falls. I think Kofi Kingston will not confront the match winner.
Okay, all right. I agree with him on that
I
one.
I believe him and his buddies in the New Day are going to interfere after Rowan tries to interfere. I see what Marcus said about Sammy. I think Sammy's still a couple of months out with.
There's no Braun Strowman, so I got all of them safe. I'm going with the Cruz.
All right,
Cruz pick.
So Cruz. So he's going with the Cruz method here, saying they're all going to be just fine. Now, speaking of Cruz, let's go to Cruz now. Cruz, the Shield has put a lot of people through tables. That could happen there, maybe.
You have a good point.
The Shield has put many people with the Shield bomb or the triple power bomb. I hate calling it the Shield bomb. It is a triple power bomb. So Marcus says all the tables are going by. So boy, that would be maybe you could see
and
a thing.
That's why Marcus is not the champion.
Well, maybe you can see.
Dang.
Now I could see a thing. The Shield's taking on 3 other guys. What if they put each guy through each table? Huh? Well, I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. I think that'd be awesome. I think. So we'll see. I just got one going. Mike Yeo has none. Cruz, what do you have as far as the announced tables go?
I'm gonna go with the Cruz method, and all of them are fine.
Yes.
All right. So Cruz is saying they're all fine. Brink, what do you say?
I think English is gone, and the other 2 are good.
All right. So basically the same thing I said. So, all right. Yeah. Marcus said, "Wow, Cruz, shots taking." Oh boy, taking shots at Marcus. I can't believe that, Cruz.
Tell Marcus not to forget that we are still in battle for a championship. I love you, Marcus, but it's mine. And Brink, it's mine.
Yeah, I guess you guys are still in battle for a championship. They have their own little, league at Kashad over there where they all work at. So, and Marcus said that's why you ain't the champ either. So, Marcus coming
back.
back.
I ain't the champ because I haven't filled out a scorecard.
Oh well, but you're you have a chance to become the champ this weekend. So, do what?
Can you see me on the phone?
I cannot. No.
Boo. Showing off that Kashada championship ring that's so shiny.
Well, none of
good on my hand.
Well, none of the folks at home could see it anyway.
Oh,
so.
You got that Cody Rhodes ring, huh?
I wasn't showing them. I was showing you.
I'm sure I'll see it later. Well, I think I've actually already seen it, so I don't need to see it again. All right, let's go now to everyone's favorite part of the scorecards, and that is the
So we're in agreement. I'll go last for this one.
What you mean?
Because I have the gimmick pick.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know how. I mean, you could say your gimmick pick, after you say your other 5, like you normally do.
Whatever.
So I'm gonna go with my 5. I got Ronda Rousey, Kofi Kingston, Big E, Xavier, and Braun Strowman. Those are my 5. So let's go to Mikey O. Mikey O, who do you have for your 5 showing up?
Yeah, those are pretty good. I got Brock Lesnar for some reason.
Interesting.
I got Johnny Gargano because they left him out.
I thought about that too because obviously Ciampa now he's going to have surgery. He's going to be out for a while. He's going to end up vacating the NXT title. But Johnny Gargano, one of the 4, obviously the only one that that can still wrestle that's not being used in the show. So yeah, I actually like that pick. I did debate on going Johnny Gargano as unscheduled. But I think Ronda's a lock. I think Kofi could be a lock possibly. Even though he will not confront the match winner. Of course, I think the New Day will be hanging around. And then Braun Strowman, I think he'll come in somewhere along the line. He may even come in, I don't know. He may come in during that 6-man tag and, I don't know, cause some destruction as well. So who knows. But yeah, so your 5, go ahead. Did you say all your 5?
No, Brock Lesnar, Johnny Gargano, Ronda Rousey, Bray Wyatt, and Luke Harper.
All right, so that's who Mikey O has as his 5 unscheduled. Let's go to Cruz now. Cruz, your 5 unscheduled, and, of course, your 1 gimmick pick.
This is going to sound all familiar. Ronda Rousey, Braun Strowman, and the New Day.
Oh, okay. So the exact same 5 that I had, which I'm not going up against Cruz, so it doesn't matter anyway. Mm-hmm. So Cruz has your gimmick pick. Go ahead.
And from the Columbus Blue Jackets, number 71, Captain, your captain, left wing, Nick Foligno.
Oh, Nick Foligno of the Columbus, was it Blue Jackets you said?
Yes.
Of all the gimmick picks Cruz has ever made, I still don't know if he ever actually, I don't think anybody's ever actually showed up, have they, that you can think of?
No. No,
okay.
not that I know.
But, boy, I tell you what, that day Cruz hits on that gimmick pick, oh, man, it's going to be like a celebration.
What's a Blue Jacket? Why would you call a team a Blue Jacket?
American Revolution.
There you go. All right, so Brink, you're 5 unscheduled.
Well, I think 4 of them are pretty obvious. Ronda Rousey and New Day. But I'm glad that my 5th one is actually kind of different from y'all. I didn't pick Braun Strowman. I didn't pick Brock Lesnar. I picked your new United States champion, Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay. All right. That's I like that pick. I like that.
Well, they need to get Samoa Joe on the keto. Is he letting himself go or what?
He's a big Samoan.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, I mean, he's letting it come on. You saw him SmackDown, right?
Fox is going to bring her drunk self out there and forgot she ain't fighting. She's going to be like the female R-Truth. Like, R-Truth is going to come out in the middle of the Royal Rumble match like he did. Was it the Royal Rumble match? He came out and he set up a ladder and went to go grab the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yeah. So kind of like the female R-Truth, I guess, in a way. Like, she's going to come out. That would be hilarious. Like, if her gimmick now was that she's just drunk all the time.
No.
Oh, my God.
I hope she's done.
Yeah, we know how you feel about
it. Wouldn't be an act.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, that completes our scorecards, and we still have we got about 5 minutes to spare here. So we'll go with I don't know what you want to do. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something to kill these next 5 minutes with. I don't know. I'm looking forward to Fastlane. I think there's obviously a lot of storylines going into WrestleMania. It's the last one before WrestleMania, so we could see a couple of surprises. But who knows? Looking forward to it, though. Should be an interesting pay-per-view. The match I'm most looking forward to, honestly, Charlotte and Becky, I think, is the one I'm looking forward to, just to see what happens, I guess. See if Ronda comes out, how they play that out, because that is, in my opinion, the hottest storyline.
I have a topic we can debate.
Okay.
Because we talked about it a little bit on WrestleCast, so I figured we'd talk about it now since you're not going to listen to it.
Patrick doesn't care about that.
What do you think main events the show? The WWE title or Charlotte Becky?
Man, that's a tough one. It's hard to say because
we already know Charlotte Becky and Ronda's main event in Triple Threat Mania, as we call it on WrestleCast.
Not if Charlotte Flair wins, buddy.
Honestly,
Becky's in that match, trust me.
Honestly, I believe I don't think Charlotte and Becky will main event because obviously the rumor is that they will main event Mania. So I don't think they're going to main event Fastlane. I got to say, it could very well be Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens. And if it's Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens, Maybe something big happens there. Maybe
But in my defense on why it should be Becky and Charlotte, they're the top storyline in the company right now.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
More so than Daniel Bryan and Kofi and Owens and all that. So why not have the ladies main event this one too? Because they are the top storyline going into this pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, yeah, that makes all the sense in the world. I don't know. I just think since the women will probably main event Mania, they're going to say, all right, look, we're going to let, maybe for once they'll let the WWE title main event a pay-per-view, but who knows? But those are the only two matches that could main event, unless, I don't know, I could make a case maybe the Shield and Corbin, McIntyre, and because it's Reigns' first match back, maybe they let them main event it. I don't know. I don't think so, but
I think if Shield had 3 opponents with more name value than Corbin, Lashley, and McIntyre. I'm not saying that Lashley and McIntyre don't have name value, but Corbin doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
I think if it was a higher tier name value, maybe.
If you take Corbin out,
but even then, it still should be Becky and Charlotte.
Even if you take Corbin out, and in my opinion, they should take Corbin out, and you put Elias in there. I think that right there you can have that as a main event, in my opinion. Or even if Braun was a heel right now, take Corbin out and you put you got Braun, McIntyre, and Lashley. That could main event. It's sad to say that Corbin might be the only reason this will not main event the show. But if there was, like I said, right now, Charlotte, Becky, or Daniel Bryan, KO, and then third, I would say would be that 6-man tag could possibly main event it. Just because it's Roman's first match back and the Shield's back together. That's the only reason I could see them obviously main eventing the show.
Well, obviously somebody backstage loves Corbin. They keep giving him like big roles.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
know. Honestly, he's not bad in the ring.
I'm
glad they're giving him. Let me finish. I'm glad they're giving him more mic time and more experience on the mic because he needs it. Because that's really where he's the weakest at is talking on the mic. He doesn't have that projected voice that just stands out. It's like generic wrestler voice number 3 on the video games.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a good, powerful voice. And once he finds that, I think he'll be money.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. So we still got a couple of minutes. Go ahead, go to Cruz. Cruz, any final thoughts? I don't think Cruz has said much here in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, it's not going to be about Fastlane because we know I don't care about it.
Dang.
But everyone check out our New Japan Cup preview where we pick our winners and we go over the bracket quite thoroughly. And check out New Japan Cup starting in the morning, Friday, 3:30 a.m., or anytime you feel because you have New Japan World for 999 yen.
And there you go. Brink, the champ, any final thoughts?
Yeah, check out our New Japan preview that we did and enjoy Fastlane. I can't wait to solidify my stance as the Austin Aries of podcast predictions.
Oh, okay. All right, well, Mikey O, final thoughts from Ryan Bowman. Please trademark the phrase Leo Rush is a hemorrhoid on the anus of pro wrestling. So there you go. And then let's see. He says Elias and Strowman will end up being missed opportunities for WWE. Bad booking. Yeah, that's a possibility there. All right, let's go ahead and wrap it up here as we're running out of time. Mikey O, your final thoughts, and then I'll hit him with the outro.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too good about my card, so it won't be anything fast.
Boy, you were feeling good about it before the show.
But then I started, because you guys follow the product pretty closely, and now I'm feeling pretty bad about the whole thing.
Wait, who follows what?
Cruz follows the product as much as Pat follows WrestleCast.
Oh, then Cruz is in trouble. Yeah, follow us.
See.
Speaking of following, follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Average Marks. If you still haven't downloaded and completed your Fastlane scorecard yet from PW Scorecards, shout out. Follow them on Twitter as well. Look it up on our social media. It's there. Download it. It's a lot of fun. Get your buddies involved, and let's have a good time. Also, make sure you're looking out on averagemarks.com under the media tab with the AMP Wrestling Podcast Network. WrestleCast has their first episode on there right now. Ours will be downloaded tomorrow there. Well, I probably shouldn't say that because our KZM listeners will be able to get it on Sunday.
Yeah.
Anyways, time confliction. All right, Patrick, closing thoughts, bud.
All right, well, I don't have any, but because we're out of time. So with that being said, outro.
It's like we're on Fight TV over here.